everyone. My name is Kiara Jones, and then I have Miss Ryan Goster here as my guest. So, a little bit about me. Welcome to the Global Girl Can TV show. My name is Kiara Jones. I am currently a teaching artist in the program, and my guest here, Miss Ryan, will introduce herself.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm Ryan Goster. I'm a Global Girl as well, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so good evening. This evening's conversation is going to revolve around self-talk and mindfulness. So, Ryan, what is self-talk to you?
Wait, before we get into self-talk, I think they're wondering who we are. Like, we're Global Girls, but what do we do? What do we do?
Okay, Global Girls is a performing arts participant-driven theater, and we are Global Girls is a what?
We're a youth performing arts organization on the south side of Chicago. We take girls' issues and we turn them into performance pieces mindfully, doing theater and dance. And we also travel. We take girls overseas to do work with girls in other countries. We've been to Ghana twice, Kenya twice, Grenada. Yeah, in Grenada. And we actually have some girls from Grenada who will be visiting us in April of 2019, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be really cool.
Awesome. And how long have you been in Global Girls?
I've been in Global Girls for about 11 to 12 years now. Ooh. And now I teach. I grew up in the program, and now I work as a teaching artist.
Me too. I've been there for about 8 or 9 years. I also grew up in the program, and I'm a teaching artist as well. And we are your teaching artists of Global Girls.
Yes.
So, back into our topic, we are talking about self-talk and mindfulness today. So, what is self-talk to you?
Self-talk is a lot of different things. I want to read the definition of self-talk.
Yes.
And then I'll dive into what I really think it is. But it is basically your inner voice, the voice in your mind which says things that you don't necessarily say out loud. Mm-hmm. So it's all the thoughts that you have in your head, and sometimes they come out in different ways. Subconsciously or consciously, like you don't necessarily always know. You're sometimes not aware of like your self-talk unless like you're taught it, I guess. But no one really teaches self-talk. I think it's just something that you kind of learn as you grow. Luckily, we're teaching the young people at Global Girls how to utilize their self-talk, because it's really, really important. And we try to push positive self-talk a lot, because a lot of times we can be negative on ourselves. We can think negative about certain things. Yeah.
And that's very true, because I was reading this article, I forgot who it was by, but they were saying that negative self-talk causes high stress levels. I never knew this. And I just started learning self-talk, and I'm glad that I'm learning positive self-talk, because I used to be so hard on myself, so hard. And now that I do a lot of positive self-talk, I see myself in a different light now. I appreciate the skin that I'm in now. Yeah. So I want everybody out there to please just think and say positive things about yourself. Positive self-talk is a great thing to do.
And if you have like any thoughts or any comments and things like that, this is a live interactive TV show, so you can always give us a call, because it's not a ball if you don't call. And our number is right there on the screen, 312-738-1060. Give us a call. Maybe tell us what you think about self-talk or experiences that you've had with self-talk, or you might have a question for us. We're not experts, but we'll try to answer your question as best as we possibly can.
Yes.
And let's have some fun tonight. It's going to be really cool. Self-talk is important.
Yeah. Also, what do you think about mindfulness?
Mindfulness plays a lot when it comes to self-talk.
Okay.
You have to really be aware of things that, like, it's good to acknowledge thoughts that might come up so that you'll know how to like deal with them. Whether positive or negative. Really, like, being aware that, I just had a negative thought. Okay, let's reconstruct this thought. Let's move away from this negative feeling that I'm getting. And that can be a challenge sometimes, but it's definitely possible to move from that.
And how would you tie in self-talk and mindfulness to today's current events? With some of the things that are going on, either being negative or positive on the south side of Chicago.
I think that there are a lot of beautiful things happening in Chicago, especially on the south side. I think that people have been like, because we see the news, we hear, we always see like bad things about the south side. Oh, there was another shooting, or this person got went to jail. Like, we always hear all these negative things, and they don't really necessarily highlight the good things, and if they do, it's like very short. And so I think that mindfulness and self-talk plays a huge role in how we think about our community. And I think that we as young people should start finding the beauty in our community, because there's so much beauty in our community. And I think that once you are exposed to that, or like not even or somebody like brings that to your attention, then it's a good thing. It's like, oh, I didn't realize that. Because even with some of our youth, you know, we were asking them, okay, name something you love about the south side of Chicago, and they had to really think about it. They were like, oh, I don't know.
That's very true. Also, people out there, can you please come, if you have any questions about Global Girls, go straight to our website, or you can call in, you can email us, you can do all that. We are located on the south side of Chicago.
South side of Chicago.
And yes, 8151 South Chicago. The website is www.globalgirlsinc.org. Our email is info@globalgirlsinc.org, and our number is 773-902-2359. Again, 773-902-2359.
Yeah, and stop. We're another like Global Girls being on the south side. That's another highlight that young people, because a lot of our young people, like, they don't really, we provide a safe space for them to come to, and a lot of times some young people might not have a safe space where they can come and just be themselves. And that Global Girls, we provide it for both girls and guys. Our guys feel like really important. Oh, we got a caller. Caller, hello.
Hello?
On the air.
Yes.
How you doing today?
We're well. How are you?
Good. I just like to say is we need to take our Bibles back in our homes and take our Bibles back in our school systems in Chicagoland and the world. And I believe we won't have all this shooting and all this crazy in the world. I think people need to open the Bible, bring it back in our home system. I think we need to do that in the world.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your call.
Thank you.
I think that also ties into self-talk. You know, whatever you decide, some people may read the Bible, some people may not. You know, and people who read the Bible, they get encouragement from that. You know, and encouragement can come from so many different places. You know, not just the Bible, but so many different places. And I think that once you know that, then they feel a little more secure, and they feel like they can conquer things more. And that can happen in the school systems. Why don't they teach self-talk in the school systems? I think that, and mindfulness in the school systems, because it really works with our young people at Global Girls. You know, we don't use any religious information, material. We don't use religious material, but what we do use is how to find your self-talk, how to be mindful of things that happen, how to speak positively, how to whatever you get out is what you get back, and it works. It really works, and our youth feel like they have a voice, and they can conquer so much more with being mindful and speaking up for themselves.
Which is very true. And I know in your response you were saying something about how our girls had a hard time coming up with things about what they love about the south side of Chicago. And I know we have this project going on 100 things that we love about Chicago. And could you go more deep into that project?
Yeah, it's actually really 100 things that we love about the South Side of Chicago. We just kind of highlighted Chicago in general, but we highlighted a lot of stuff on the South Side because that's where we live, and that's our reality basically. But it's basically an initiative where we're trying to find the beauty in our community and in where we live, because a lot of times it's people like to throw a lot of like negativity out there, and what we do, we're creating a video, 100 things I love about the South Side, or just what I love about the South Side in general, and we've been getting some great feedback from people in the community. We went to Summer Dance this past weekend, and we saw a whole bunch of people from the South Side, and it was just great, like, because it was house music, and you know Chicago's like home of house music, and it was just so lit. It was like, when my kids say, they say lit. It was so much fun because it was just like so much great energy in that space. And once we were like asking people what they loved about Chicago, they had so many wonderful things to say about our city, about where we live, you know, and that meant a lot. You know, it's good to hear what you love about Chicago, because I love so many things about where I live on the South Side of my community. If you want to know more information about who we are, the Global Girls, we are at 8151 South Chicago Avenue.
8151 South Chicago. Then we're on the website, www.globalgirlsinc.org. Our email is info@globalgirlsinc.org. Number is 773-902-2359. Hello, and we are back with our next guest, Miss Penn, who is the Executive Director and Founder of Global Girls.
Hello, Miss Kiara. I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I wanted to come in to just comment a little bit about today's segment, because I think it's so very important for everybody out there in TV land to hear about and really try to understand what mindfulness is and what self-talk is and how it plays into your ability to be mindful. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment. It's all about taking yourself, your energy, your everything, your focus, your intention, and putting it in the moment that you are in totally. And so if you're in that moment, you've got to think thoughts that relate to that moment. See, right now I'm talking to you guys out there in TV land, so I can't be thinking about what happened to me earlier in the day. I can't be thinking about what I'm going to do, even though I might really be hungry. I can't think about those things and be mindful. And it's when you're doing something to be totally committed to that thing. You know, there's a Buddha saying that says, when chopping wood, chop wood. And that simply means that if you are going to chop wood, think about that hammer in your hand. Think about that wood as you make that stroke in that wood. Think about the sound that you might hear when you hit that wood. Think about the way that wood looks to you. Be totally committed to whatever you are doing in that moment. And if you are, you will get so much more from that moment, and you will be able to put yourself totally into other moments, because mindfulness is a practice. And just like you would for any other muscle or organ in the body, you've got to do this thing constantly, continuously, because just like you've developed those habits over years, some habits that you don't necessarily want. So come on, call us. Tell us about the habits that you have created over the years that maybe you don't want to have anymore. Maybe you weren't being mindful when you started those habits. The number is 312-738-1060. For instance, Kiara, do you have any habits that you developed as a child and you realized, oh my goodness, this is not even a habit I want to have?
That habit was biting my fingernails. I would literally bite my fingernails down to the nudge part. Sometimes it would even bleed. So as I got older, I don't know. I just got into this space where I was like, this needs to stop. And so I just stopped.
You became mindful.
Yeah.
You really thought about it. I'm sure nobody sets out when they are a child to have bleeding nail beds. But it happens because we're not thinking, we're not aware, we're not taught, as Ryan said earlier. There's no class on mindfulness. There's no class that teaches you how to focus. And if your parents don't teach it to you, if you don't learn it in school, and caller, with all due respect, I love the Bible as a nice book of literature. I love the stories in the Bible. I can't take everything literally in the Bible. Maybe some other people do. That is not a discussion for tonight. If you want to talk about it, by all means, you can call us later. We can have a conversation about it. However, not everybody's going to read the Bible. What about atheists? What about Buddhists? What about Muslims who have some other books, or people who don't have any books? Are we supposed to leave them out? And I'm not going to say that one way is preferable to another way. It's all about being mindful, no matter which religion you choose, or if you choose not to even pursue a religion. But it's about being aware of yourself in that moment. And I think that when we're aware of ourselves and our actions and the consequences of those actions, that we can make better choices in the moment. I'd like to read a little something about you, because we are always doing our research. Every time we have a show, we are looking at the research. The average person has 70,000 thoughts per day. Now that's a lot of thoughts. It's about 3,000 thoughts per hour and 50 thoughts per minute. Just under 1 per second. In that 30 seconds, now I just want you to think, just don't even listen to us for a minute. And you will have thoughts running through your head like little bugs around a light at the end of the day, at a summer day. You got a light outside and you got all these little bugs just flittering around the light. That's how the thoughts in our minds are. And most of those thoughts going in and out. Why did I do that? Why did she look at me? Oh man, I shouldn't have worn that. What was I thinking about? What did he mean when he said that the other day? Oh man, I'm kind of hungry. I'm going to eat a hamburger. Hamburgers are really kind of weird. Oh my goodness. Maybe not a hamburger, maybe a hot dog. Oh no, hot dogs have that stuff in them. Oh, but a hot dog is really good, especially Chicago. So you got all these thoughts just running around, racing around in your head. So it's hard to be mindful when you got all that going on. But when you can slow it down and say, I'm going to focus on my breathing right about now. I'm going to focus on my breath right about now. Take that breath in. Let it out. You were just mindful in that moment. And you know what happens? The more you focus, the more you're able to meditate, the more you are able to focus on your breath, the more you're able to bring attention to yourself in the moment, the more you develop that muscle of mindfulness. What would happen if one of the great basketball, the Steph Currys of the world, or the King James, no, it's not King James, the LeBron Jameses of the world, just like, I'm not going to practice, I'm just going to go up there and shoot a free throw. They would not be the Steph Curry and the LeBron James that we know. So they practice what they want, and we have to practice what we want. So a part of it is being mindful, and the other part is monitoring that self-talk. Most of us are thinking negative talks most of the day. Yet, we want something positive to come into our lives. Nothing positive can come in on a negative thought wave. You're thinking negative, and the energy, the vibration of that energy is way down here. But you want something light and fluffy that's going to come way up here. They can't get to one another. It just doesn't work that way. There are lots of places you can go on the internet for more information, because I'm going to get back out and do what I was doing, But I wanted to come in for a few minutes, and just talk about this topic for a few minutes. Before I go, though, there are a couple of things that I want to make sure we talk about a little bit. One is our summer camp. We still have a wonderful summer camp. Can
Yep.
you talk about that summer camp just a little bit?
Yes. So our summer camp, we are in the 4th week of summer camp.
Yeah.
And yes, so we are currently still enrolling girls in. So if you have daughters, nieces,
Sisters, cousins,
anybody, bring them in.
foster children,
we're still
grandchildren.
accepting kids. And so basically,
Girls, what ages?
ages 4 to 13.
4 to 14.
14. Oh, 14.
Yeah, 14. We
Yes.
can take 14-year-olds. Please come and enroll. Oh my gosh, your daughter, the girl that is important to you will have a wonderful time in our camp. Oh, they've got wonderful teachers like Miss Kiara and Miss Ryan and the 2 young ladies that you saw last week, Miss Madison and
Miss
Miss
Aviana.
Aviana. Oh, they are wonderful teachers and they are preparing for a big show. Yes, can you tell us about the big show that we're going to have?
So we have a big end of the year summer showcase where the girls show off their talents and show off what they've learned through the entire summer camp, and we're very excited. And we will be having our summer showcase
August 2nd, and
Yes.
and we thought we had a place, but we don't have that place, so we're going to find another place.
and that's fine because we're gonna get it.
And you know what? When one door closes, guess what happens?
Another door.
Another door opens, just as sure as you're born. So don't worry about it, because you know what? We could have had a lot of negative self-talk. Those people, that didn't happen right.
Yeah.
Nothing ever. No, we say, all right, that didn't work out. Take a breath. Let it out. Become mindful. Monitor that self-talk, because you can't block your blessings. You can't block good stuff from happening to you by being angry about it. So we said we're going to let that go. We're going to get a place. I know we're going to have a place. So if you call us once more time, we're going to go back to the overhead. And if you just call us, what's the number one more time?
773-902-2359. Once again, our number to the studio is 773-902-2359. And here we are, back with Ryan. And so, another thing that we have are a couple of events coming up, revolving around also summer camp. So please bring in your daughters, nieces, anyone that you know, because we're still open for registration. We would love if they can come. Now, some of the events that we have coming up are
Our power lunch.
yes, our power lunch.
Our power lunch is basically where professionals come and they talk to our youth about the field that they're in. So if it's theater, if it's dancing, if it's carpentry, if it's teaching, if it's being an astronaut. We never had an astronaut come before, but that would be really cool. So if you are a person who is really interested in inspiring young people, we want you. So give us a call at our studio. We'll have the overhead up again so that you can get our information. But we need as many professionals to come out as possible. So if you're interested, come on down to the call us at the studio. Don't come down to the studio unless you want to. But yeah.
Okay, so back to here is our flyer for the summer camp. Now, if you're looking at us, please take a picture or write down as much as you can from here. We run Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the Global Studio, 8151 South Chicago Avenue. We serve them breakfast and lunch. We teach dance, acting, and some singing. We also have weekly trips, as we have some coming up this week. And we also have performances. We accept girls from ages 4 to 14. And you can come down and register, or you can register online at our website at www.globalgirlsinc.org. Or you can call us at 773-902-2359 to get more information. And we are back.
There's our number. Cool.
Yes. And also, we also have one of our old-time favorites, the Backyard Jam is coming back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So, we would like if all of you all can, come out, reserve your seats. We're going to have tents, so if you want to reserve under the tent seat, you can do that too.
And you might be asking, like, what is the backyard?
Right, what is the backyard?
Basically, you saw our executive director here. We have a huge event. It's at her house in her backyard where it's a fundraiser, a huge fundraiser for Global Girls. It's really, really cool. Okay. And so what they do, people come from all over to enjoy entertainment and things like that.
And yes, we also have our showcase, which we talked about. But as I go more into detail about the showcase, we love the showcase because this is one of our biggest shows that we have for the girls. And they are really excited. They've been working on acts, individual acts. They've been working on group acts. They've been going home. Their parents have been staying up late with them, rehearsing lines and rehearsing dances and going over all these type of things. We have our little bitty babies doing skits, rapping. We got some poetry. We got some interpretive dance. We got some of everything going on. So we would like if you all could come down and see what our girls do. Also, if you would just like to come down and visit us at the studio, that would be fine as well. And that is about it for our daily announcements and our thought for the day. Our thought for the day, Ryan?
It's where energy goes. Where energy goes.
Where
attention goes, energy flows.
Attention and energy.
Where attention goes, energy flows. I don't know where my attention just was. But yes, that is very, very true. We talked about that today a lot with our girls, because a lot of times, like when we start our day off with our ceremony, and this is where we speak these words of like positivity into our day, into our life, and things like that. And so like sometimes in the circle, my girls would be standing there and somebody will walk in the room and their attention will immediately go to whatever is happening outside of the circle. And so we just use that as an example and saying, okay, where should your attention be? We're here now. Remember, where your attention goes, the energy will flow. So you don't want to put your attention to things that don't revolve around like positive energy or the now, being mindful, being present in the moment, which is what Ms. Penn talked about. And they're learning, and it's also helping with them being on stage performing, because they have to really learn how to focus and to truly be present in the moment. And they can't be thinking about, oh man, I'm hungry, or oh, I just messed up that line, or oh my God, what are they doing now? Like they have to completely be there. And if they mess up a move, they just keep going, because the audience never knows. So it's a learning process, and that's been our thought. And I think it's a great thought for us to take throughout our week.
I thought it was actually a great thought for tonight's show, because we were like, what's our thought going to be? And then Ryan was like, oh, where attention goes, energy flows.
I just like that word, energy.
Right. I'm like, okay, so that sounds really great. So I'm glad that we picked that thought for today. This was a great show. I'm glad that we had a caller call in. I'm glad that we are back and we're better. And and everybody out there, remember, positive self-talk is the best way to go. Also, positive mindfulness. Think about your in the moment time, what you're doing now. How is that helping you or preparing you for the moment?
And we have something that we always say. We always say, be here now, and then we hug ourselves and say, feel good now. And it's really important to feel good. No matter what comes your way, just always get back to feeling good. And that's something that I'm learning.
Yes.
So I think
me too. And so yes, this was a great show. I'm glad that everyone out here, whoever is watching, thank you all for watching tonight. Again, we are Global Girls. I am Kiara, and this is
Ryan.
And we all have enjoyed your company for tonight. And
hope to see you again next Monday.
Yes. Please tune in for our show. We are here every Monday at 7 o'clock till 7:30. So be there, watch us, and have a great night.
And call in.
Make sure you call in. Please call in. All right? Everybody have a good night.
Good night. Bye.